the most annoying song, and it's called Dancing Through Life. And it never ended.
It's a long time.
Oh.
Sounds like a soap commercial.
Coming up for you this hour, Greg's review of Wicked.
Oh, my
Yes.
God.
Nice.
Lucky.
A day I had dreaded for many weeks.
And now you love it.
I was telling Greg that I was pulling all these songs from the soundtrack, and I was feeling bad for him. He's got to listen to these things. Like, he can't just skim through these like I can. He has to go sit there, watch the setup.
Yeah, now keep in mind, Greg doesn't go to the movies.
I really don't.
No.
Now, do you not like going to the movies?
Not
You must
so
not.
much. I don't really enjoy it that much. It had been so long that I walked up to they had a physical ticket window at this particular theater, and they had basically, not curtains, but they were basically taped off. And I thought, is this place shut down? No, you go in and use the kiosk.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Usher, where's the Usher?
Yeah. Usher, show me to my seat, please.
Yeah, because the last movie that Greg had been to was with me.
Yep.
In 2014, and we went and saw American Sniper.
That's
right.
beyond
And
belief.
it wasn't for a bit. It's because my wife had no interest in seeing it.
We were dying
It's a
to
great
see it.
movie.
And Greg really wanted to go see it, so we had like a little mandate.
Yeah.
And we went to like this nice theater that had the recliners and stuff like that. It was awesome.
It ruled.
But that was the last time he's been to a movie. Now, I don't go to a lot of movies, but I've been to a number of movies since then.
Right.
I couldn't tell you the last movie I went and saw.
But like once a year, maybe you'll go to a movie?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, he's a big fan of like wanting to go see movies and not doing it.
Yeah.
It's like books.
I'm in that camp.
It's like books. Like I'll even see a book and go, I think I might actually like to read that book.
It's like, this sounds good.
And I'll buy it. And then it just sits at my house. And I have full intention of reading the book, and I just don't do it. I had full intention to go and see an Oppenheimer, as an example, in theaters.
You're lucky you didn't.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
The Top Gun movie you wanted to go see, right?
Yeah. Now that kicks ass.
I finally saw that.
But that was
but
awesome in the theater.
Yeah, and I did. I finally saw it in the theater.
Oh,
Good. Okay.
Yeah. I was the only, by the time I saw it, it was like
You were the only one in there?
I was the only one in there.
Yeah.
The last one I went to go see was Venom.
Okay.
I love
That's
going.
recent.
The new one?
movies.
The most recent one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Okay.
I
And
love going.
having not been in so long, I knew they played a lot of previews. I didn't know it was half an hour.
I told you it's
It's
at
a
least
ton.
half an hour, and they wedge in commercials, which is
that
total
pissed me
BS.
off. I'm like, come on, we paid to not see these.
Exactly.
Greg had said in the past that part of the reason that he doesn't go to the theater is it's just too stressful.
It kind of does stress me out.
Down to like, where do you park?
Where do you? Yeah, and then
Parking lot.
And if it says that the movie starts at whatever time, like how early are you supposed to get there? Like,
right.
So this
and
might
I'm on
be
somebody else's schedule, and it's like, oh, now we have a deadline because we have to be there at 2:45.
Yeah, but the movies have gone better because you have assigned seating.
Yeah, I was
It's
going to
not
say,
like
Greg,
back that day.
this was probably your first time ever doing assigned seating.
I think maybe Woody and I did 10 years ago. We might have been the first people ever to do it.
Maybe. Yeah,
But,
we were the test
that was a big
pilots.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that I know that there's half an hour of previews, it gives you a buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could arrive quite late.
Yes, but there's also a caveat to that, because with the big commercial movies like your Wickeds and whatever, there is half an hour. But the smaller art house stuff, they sometimes get right to it.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
he's not seeing those.
Yeah.
Which is,
I wish,
Yeah, look
can we
out, and you have enough time with the concessions and all that.
can we come into an agreement with all the theaters and stuff like that? Like, give us the time that the movie actually
Yeah,
starts.
real
starts.
time.
Yeah, like you have to, and you could give me like a 5-minute window.
Yeah.
like
I don't like
it could
that
be
because-
5 minutes before or after, but here.
No, you can't do that because people are still going to show up way late into the movie and
walk
disrupt
in.
the beginning of the movie.
And because they're trying to get
It's
by
kinda
in the aisle and
distracting.
stuff. Okay,
That's true.
That I
they
understand.
give you kickoff times and first pitch times.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that for movies?
My
Because people are losers.
my wife for Wicked, the first time she went and saw it, now she's seen it 3 times.
Nice.
But
Her ass must be in so much pain because my butt hurts today so bad from sitting there
Yeah, it
for
is.
3.5
That's
hours.
7.5
Sore.
hours
Yeah.
of Wicked for your wife.
He had that 4D experience, you know what I'm saying?
no, but yeah, that's the thing. My wife went to it. I have not seen a movie in this format yet where
sucks.
it's like spraying water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seats are moving. That sounds cool.
It's wild.
I wasn't a fan, but she liked it that way. Well, I guess it'd be fun if you were flying on a broomstick.
And she had my daughter with her, and she thought that was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
think I
can you imagine
would've
watching
preferred
Top Gun
that.
that way? That'd be
Oh, that'd be
I think it'd be
awesome.
kind of cool.
We just went, when we did Spider-Verse, it was like, he's a teenager jumping out of the hood of cars, and it sucked. It was just too jerky.
Yeah, it slaps you around as opposed to like really putting you in the movie.
Really?
It's more, to me, more of a distraction.
Yeah,
than
same.
Greg, despite being gay, it's shocking to know that he is not a fan of musicals.
Anti-musical.
Not a fan of theater, really.
They're punishment, basically.
Yeah. Torture for Greg. But we had him go see it because it is such a big movie. He went with Sammy.
Yes.
I kept an open mind.
And we're going to get his review of Wicked coming up next here on the Woody Show. We did an after-hours voicemail. And here, we got this one. This is their experience.
So I'm with my family for the holidays, and they all decided to go see Wicked. So I thought, why not? I'll go to Wicked too. So 8 of us in a row of 12 seats. I end up on the end with an open seat next to me, and I'm watching all these women with blankets just coming in. They're all cold. They're all wanting to watch Wicked, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a huge sing-along, and I'm going to be sat next to one of these ladies just singing along. I'll just grin and bear it. What ended up happening was 2 gay gentlemen, the only 2 gay gentlemen I could see in the theater, sat down next to me. Oh, the best smelling men I've ever sat next to in my life. And I didn't sing. It was good times had by all.
Love that. I told my theater was the same, and I loved it.
If the guys bring a blanket, it's for another reason, right?
Yeah,
Oh, you know it.
High five.
Cut a hole in the bottom of the bucket.
Because they're cold.
Yeah, we call that a shield.
The Woody Show. The Woody is back.
And we had Greg for the show. He would never go on his own.
No.
To a movie.
Never.
Really of any kind.
No way.
Once per decade, maybe.
Yeah.
But he went and
That's the
saw
timeline.
he went and saw Wicked, you guys.
Yay.
Huge.
And he went with Sammy. Now, Sammy, had you seen it already?
I had seen the musical on Broadway like
Okay, but
15
you hadn't seen the
years
movie
ago,
yet.
but not the movie.
Okay.
And that's one of my first questions. Do you think most people who are seeing the movie have already seen the musical?
Well, at least they're
Yeah,
familiar with the
probably.
soundtrack.
So So I
Large
won't
percentage.
spoil anything if I kind
No.
of give
No.
a little bit of info.
No.
It's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we all know the ending, right, guys?
Yeah.
The story's 20 years old.
Because I knew zero.
It's Wizard of Oz fan fiction.
Pretty much.
Is what
Yeah.
it is. This guy
That's true.
wrote a book based on the Wizard of Oz, heavily borrowing from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
On this backstory about, Glinda, the good witch, and then the wicked witch, and, how she kind of became whatever, right? So that's what the whole play
Correct.
was originally about. And I learned a fun fact that the reason that the Green Witch, the Wicked Witch, is named Elphaba, because there wasn't a name for her
Nope.
really,
Wicked Witch of the West.
is because it was a tribute to
L. Frank Baum.
Yes, and so he went L whatever Baum, so Elphaba, L Frank Baum, and so he went through like a bunch of different combinations of stuff to come up with a name for this person. He
Rolls
said
right off the tongue.
that one just kind of stuck.
Right. Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I saw it in one of the 8 billion interviews and things that have
Yeah.
popped up, and when my wife is completely obsessed with all this stuff. And
right.
you made a good point, Gina, saying that you're tired of seeing those two
Yeah.
in interviews.
I'm just done.
And what did you say that they look like?
This meme that's going around with them just looking really serious and holding each other's hands.
Yeah, they always look so serious in these
Yeah.
interviews. Ariana
Yeah.
Grande and I don't know what's the other chick's name.
Cynthia Erivo. It
Yeah.
says, someone wrote, "Why does every interview look like they're a couple at an IVF consultation?"
Right.
It's very serious.
It's true.
and
That's
hopeful.
It's
They're
true.
From
All
the
right.
theater.
So let's get to Greg's review now. Going into it, Greg's not a fan of theater.
No.
He does not like musicals of any
No,
kind.
no,
Movie,
no,
stage,
no.
doesn't matter.
And I went
Until
to this
now.
with an open mind, and I thought a good attitude. I wasn't too overly upset. Once we got there.
Although he did say going
Going there, I'd
into
rather
it,
swallow razor blades.
Yeah.
Well, and I was just
Torturous.
sitting here yesterday singing to myself, and I've never seen Greg like snap at me, and he goes, "Gina, stop."
Yeah, because she starts singing all the little tunes. So I went into Wicked thinking that I loathed musicals. And now I can confirm that I loathe musicals.
Damn it.
So in
Nice.
the very opening scene of Wicked, it's an aerial shot, and they're kind of flying into Munchkin Land, and you see Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, and the Tin Man going down the yellow brick road, and I thought, oh, rip, it's going to be kind of like The Wizard of Oz, which is a decent movie. That was a total tease. They have nothing to do with the movie. It's the origin story of Galinda, who became Glinda.
That's
know
right.
why.
Yeah.
The Good Witch, Ariana Grande, and then Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, Cynthia Erivo. there were a couple of what I'm calling small mercies, because when you're getting tortured, you want a little bit of small mercy.
You want hope.
Give me a drink of water.
One small mercy was that Cynthia Erivo was not wearing her trademark hideous nose ring.
Yeah, she's
was
one of the
not.
few celebrities that has decided she can pull that off. And guess what? She can't.
Guess what? And guess who else can't? Everybody.
And her ears wear piercings the way that an ice cream cone wears sprinkles.
Yes.
I mean, it's just like
The whole thing.
covered.
Well, and here's a fun fact for you. She actually has prosthetic ears on in the movie because she has so many piercings, they couldn't take them all out. She didn't want to.
Yeah, cover up all the holes.
Yeah.
And another small mercy was that Ariana Grande was actually kind of funny as a self-involved, shallow, spoiled princess.
Well, she's a decent comedic actress.
Yeah,
She came from
she
the
is.
Disney World, right?
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, I think.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Same thing,
I thought she was pretty damn funny as her character, and not knowing anything about the backstory, the plot, nothing. I didn't realize that she is Glinda the Good Witch, but she's the selfish bitch.
That's exactly right.
And
Oh,
then
they turned it on our heads.
and then you
Greg.
got Elphaba, the Wicked Witch.
Propaganda.
And she's really caring, and
But
you
I-
sympathized with
But
her.
I thought it was going to be the opposite, Greg.
That's what I thought.
You're supposed to be wicked.
The thing that I love the most is how Elphaba and Glinda were basically enemies, but then they become friends. Not just friends, but best friends.
What?
And then Elphaba's main cause went from not wanting to be green. That was her lifelong desire. She hated being green. Her father basically
Not easy
shunned
being
her.
green.
Yeah.
Get it.
Like Carmen will tell you.
And then her cause went to caring about animals. I didn't see that coming.
Wow.
That was her number one concern. How are the animals being treated?
And adults watch this crap?
Yeah. And then the other small mercy for me, that I guess it was like this university that they go to.
Shiz.
It's called Shiz.
Hogwarts, right?
Which I loved how it was
It's
called.
like witch school, right?
Yeah.
Shiz. So
Hogwarts.
those are the nice things I will say about the movie. All right.
That's it.
It was Ariana surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Elphaba surprisingly sympathetic to her character. Menace pointed out yesterday, but it's visually appealing. And like I pointed out, so is a nuclear bomb exploding. The content is unthinkable, but visual appeal does not make up for it.
Right, that was the argument people said about Avatar, but it looks so cool. Okay, the story still sucks and nothing happens.
Exactly.
Avatar sucks.
And much like an opera, if you've ever been to an opera, which I don't know if anybody in this room has, characters get introduced within a heartbeat, and they either become a central character or they just vanish. And that's what happens in this dumb movie. The prince arrives just out of the blue.
Fiera.
Awesome.
Hey, a prince is coming to the school, and boom,
Big star.
Glinda is in love with him.
Yeah.
They haven't even spoken because, God forbid they do speak. They just sing at each other, which is so stupid.
You're perfect.
She's
You're perfect.
madly in love with him within 3 seconds.
he's a
Wants
prince,
to marry him
he-
within
does-
3 seconds.
Does he have a song, Greg?
He sure
Does
does.
he have
And
a
this
song?
is the most annoying song, and it's called Dancing Through Life.
All right.
And it never ended.
This is a long song.
Oh,
You didn't like the parkour dancers in the background on the wheel?
no.
Oh.
Oh, wow. It sounds like
Dancing through life.
a soap commercial.
So this is when Glinda meets him, realizes I'm marrying this guy, and they sing
he's
to
gay.
each other for
Quite.
9 hours. It was so annoying.
The problem I have with musicals is the same problem I have with Christian rock, is it all sounds the same.
It really does.
Yeah.
And all the women in the movie, they sing with such high-pitched voices that, frankly, it's hard to understand the lyrics.
Oh, interesting.
And then another character that is quite central and then does the opposite of the prince, who wasn't even in the movie. Boom, here's a prince. Boom, central character. You have the wheelchair sister.
Rose.
Is kind of a big deal in the movie and goes with her sister to this, Wizard of Oz University shiz place. And boom, she's gone. They never talk about her again after a certain point.
What?
She meets the real life boyfriend of Ariana Grande,
Bach.
who
Yeah.
this goes to show that she is
Ethan
blind.
Slater.
That troll?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he asks her out, even though he's in love with Glinda. And then we never see Wheelchair Sister again.
Oh, bye.
Wow.
Bye,
It's just
Nessa Rose.
like she never
Did
existed.
she have a song? No.
It's very
Not
weird.
really.
Also, another song that Woody's wife Jen texted me about going into the movie, and she warned me about it. It's a song called One Short Day. Her warning was, this is the gayest thing you'll ever see in your life. And I'll tell you, she was right.
All right.
Oh, God. Nice.
By the way,
So
I know you can't see this, but Gina is singing along to.
She knows the choreography.
Yeah, she's lip syncing to every single word of both these songs that we played so
Oh,
far.
I know, Mom.
Now, I have.
And it's all green.
Yeah, give us another.
All right. Here it comes. Wonders like we've never seen. It's all here and it's all green.
Greg, can you imagine
Yeah.
how
not only
God damn
listening
it.
to this more than once, but knowing
Yeah.
the words to it?
Well, I saw this on Broadway with Oh Nothing, the original cast.
okay, but
Who
I've
cares?
heard
Yeah.
albums before, and I don't
listened to
memorize
the
them.
soundtrack for 20
Let me
years.
tell
Why?
you, jealous.
I like it.
Question. Now we've already gone through a couple songs, Greg. Now, Sammy, you were there sitting in the
Yes.
theater with Greg.
Yes.
Did you see any physical reaction
Yeah,
of
was he, like-
Greg,
was-
or was he just stone
Was he
faced?
wincing?
No,
Was he squirming?
he wasn't. He didn't look comfortable by any means. No, he did get up to go to the bathroom, and at a main point in the movie, like when he came back, I was like, "Hey, you kind of missed something. Let me catch you up here." But he was just like, "I'm going to the bathroom."
I really took my time.
Yeah,
too.
he was. He was not loving it.
We had to send him back to get that part in.
Oh man! And just when you think, oh, there's no way they're going to do another song because they just did one. Oh no, they'll do one.
The songs to me are what made the movie feel so long because the songs were so long,
So
and if you
long.
don't know all the words to them, at a certain point you're like, okay, is this done yet? Can we
Wrap
move
it up.
on?
And that makes sense because for someone like me who knows all the words, and for so many people who go that know all the words, that stuff flies by because you're kind of mouthing along.
Right, because you know it already. If you don't know it already, the songs are way too long.
According to the soundtrack, that Dancing Through Life song is 9 minutes and 47 seconds.
They
It
do
felt
say,
like 9 days.
They do say if you have to go to the bathroom, go then.
Yeah, you
way.
definitely start
Yeah.
feeling the time during that song. You
That's
start checking your phone, like, what are we
crazy.
doing here?
Okay, so there's one that's 7.5 minutes, 5.5 minutes, 10. Let's call it 10 minutes at 9:47. A 4-minute song, another 4-minute song, a 7-minute song, another almost 8-minute song.
Yeah.
So how much dialogue is there?
So the
Very-
songs are
very
53 minutes.
But the good news is that the
Yeah.
whole movie's 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
Right.
So how's
even
that
longer.
happen?
And I'm so nitpicky that during that Dancing Through Life song, which is apparently 9 minutes long, it felt like 9 hours.
Yes.
I'm nitpicking the set of the film because they had this library that's supposed to, which I thought was funny. Ariana Grande called it the book place. Like her character was actually funny. She was the redeeming thing about the movie. Even the library had this round bookshelf thing with a weird ladder that spun around. And I thought to myself, that doesn't even make sense. It's stupid.
not
It's
functional.
not
It's a
safe space. It doesn't save
library.
space. It doesn't serve a function. I thought that was dumb.
It's whimsical.
It just looked dumb. And also, to get a little too esoteric, this is supposed to be, if I'm not wrong, Gina,
Yeah.
kind of a prequel
Yes, it is.
to The Wizard of Oz.
It is a prequel. That's
So,
how they met.
here's my theory then. Wicked, incredibly racially diverse.
Very.
So if this came before The Wizard of Oz, what anti-diversity regressive overlord took over the land of Oz and said, only white people?
His name is the Wizard.
Very, very
Interesting.
strange.
That'll be the next
Let's
movie.
explore that.
Very
Everybody gets the
strange.
Michael Jackson procedure.
Yeah, it was really weird. If this is the prequel,
Well, the
and
Wicked
then-
Witch went the other way.
yeah, and so
The
then
opposite
That's
of Michael
true.
Jackson.
now there was one song in the movie that I didn't want to rip my ears off,
Okay.
Ooh.
and that was Popular, Woody.
Yeah,
this is
it's a great-
Really?
Ariana Grande. Well,
This is one of the ones that
Glinda
you've been singing.
Yeah.
to Elphaba,
This,
and
this is the banger, right? This is the single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this one's. It was kind of just fun spirited.
Very catchy.
It was fun spirited. So that's the popular one.
You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper poise when you talk to boys. The ways to flirt and from. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair.
You like this?
I don't like it, but in the context of the movie, she's trying to become friends with Elphaba and give her a makeover and not make her such a stick-in-the-mud person.
I see what you're saying. It's very high register.
Such a high register.
There's a video of your favorite Kanye making a beat out of the song, and it sounds really good.
Noise.
You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you popular.
Maybe I will be the drum for That's the big beat.
You're gonna be popular.
And then anyway, So Wicked culminates.
Gay.
Very gay.
Okay, sorry.
It culminates with Elphaba and Glinda trying to escape the guards because they've turned the monkeys into flying monkeys.
Well, did you feel bad
and-
for them?
No.
For who?
One
the
of them.
monkeys.
the
They
monkeys?
didn't like the wings.
Well, the transformation hurt them.
Yeah, it hurt them.
So they're running away from these guards, trying to get away in a hot air balloon, trying to get away by running. And then finally, Elphaba gets this broomstick to fly for her. And that's when they play the song Defying Gravity. Not only was the
Banger.
song impossible to understand the lyrics to because of the screaming and the high register, she is flying away from these guards on a broomstick. And then once she gets away, she comes back to the tower where all the guards are and starts, for lack of a better term, yell singing it at them as if, oh, I got you and I got away. So now I'm going to sing a song at you.
And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free. To those who ground me, take a message back from me. Tell them how
So,
Nice.
it's like it hurts to hear.
It does.
Wow, that's awful.
Thank you, David Letterman.
And that's even not even the high notes,
I
really.
mean, she did win
Now-
a Tony for her singing, but okay.
Now I
Cool.
hear
Of
that
Color
all
Purple.
the singing was done live on
Yes,
set.
while she was flying around.
Really?
Yes.
But she screamed it at the guards, and I thought, okay, you got away. You came back just to sing a song at them. It was just so stupid.
You don't,
So dumb. I
yeah,
don't
you're
know.
not into whimsy.
I can't get how anybody would choose. Like, if you don't have a job that requires you to go see this movie, I don't know why you would.
Do you know why people? Why would people prefer this art form in general, Greg?
I don't know. And like I said, I went in with an open mind thinking I didn't like them. Now I can confirm that I definitely don't like them.
It's not for you.
As a movie, I'll give it, let's say, 2 broomsticks because, okay.
Out of 3?
Out of 10.
Oh.
At least it's a production,
Give
right?
it 20%.
As an experience, as a life experience, 0 broomsticks. It was very difficult. It was torturous, and I'm so glad I don't have to go back.
Wait. The part 2 comes out this time next year.
I would never.
Oh,
Greg,
Yeah.
we need your follow up.
Oh, yeah.
do.
I couldn't believe it. At the very end, it says, to be continued. I thought, what? How?
right.
We'll be dead by then.
That was awesome.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Somebody said Greg's official critique is that it's wicked stupid.
Yeah.
Greg's hate for Wicked fuels my love for it even more.
Really?
The Woody Show.
Well, Greg's review of Wicked, people really enjoying your comprehensive review. Someone says, I will gladly pay for Greg's ticket and anything from the concession stand just to hear him hate review any musical movies from this point on.
All right.
I think that's a one and done. But thanks for the offer.
Now, we didn't find out because you went with Sammy.
Yeah, no, I had no read on whether she liked it or not.
Now-
We did not discuss.
Out of 10 broomsticks, Greg gave it 2
2 as a movie
as
and
a movie.
0 as an experience.
as an experience.
Okay.
Sammy,
I think I would probably give it a 7. It was a solid
Nice.
movie. I really liked it. I don't think it was necessary to see it in theaters. For me, it was way too long. I would have much rather watched it at home.
isn't it one of those
And-
things that's supposed to be a big
Yeah,
visual?
huge.
Yeah,
It is.
and I
a
liked
spectacle.
the visual, but I would have liked to have paused it halfway through,
Nap
done something
times.
else, yeah, and come back to finish it because it just felt really long to me with the songs. I really liked the visuals. I loved it when they got to Emerald City. For me, my big takeaway that I loved was the costumes.
Yeah,
I could
they're
not stop
amazing.
looking at the costumes the whole way through the movie. I loved that. Ariana Grande was the star. She was great. I loved her. I wanted to see more interaction, I guess, with her and her boyfriend Ethan Slater because they started dating on this movie. So I thought they were going to have a lot of scenes together
Yeah.
or interact a lot
No.
and that we would see sort of how this came to even happen. But they're not even in the movie together that much.
It's behind the scenes. that
Yeah.
where things get steamy.
Where it
Yeah.
went down.
But overall, I liked it. I would say you can wait to watch it at home. I don't think it's a rush to the theaters movie.
Ooh.
But you gave it 7 broomsticks.
Yes.
And that's the only place I can get the popcorn bucket.
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Duh.
True.
I mean, no, it's a good movie. It just, to me, felt long. And I love musicals, but the songs were so long that I felt the length because I didn't know the words to all the songs.
First of all, I felt the length.
She sure did.
And then we got a text here that says, I love musicals, but I'm the only person I know who dislikes Wicked.
Wow.
I just don't get it.
Can't understand the words.
Yeah.
That's why I'm shocked people memorize these songs.
Well, like Gina.
Yeah.
Like Gina.
Yeah. All right, more Woody Show coming up.